Should stricter qualifications be put on aspiring politicians? Unless you've been living under a rock or have a very different Bahamian experience than most, you should be familiar with the phrase, the Bahamas is not a real place. Now, obviously, physically, the chain of violence exists. However, when we think about current issues and the way some things are handled in this country, there are quite a bit of us that question not just reality, but our sanity. Whether it be taxes, strange debates about women's rights with no women in the room, of course, political scandals that disappear into the ether, inconsistent power but high bills, underdeveloped family islands, or the group that shall not be named banning a movie that played in theaters before. It's safe to say it's a collective head scratch for all of us. Now, it would be extremely juicy of us to unpack scandal and gripes with living in this country of ours. However, the island with the densest population is 21/7. And unpacking that is like your girl walking through an alley at Junkanoo by herself in 2010. Somebody can get touched. And I certainly don't want to be touched, at least not in that way. The Gapseed Room unpacks different ideologies and topics that would be considered current issues adjacent. This is episode 9. It's giving, we can see y'all. Who your family is. We're unpacking nepotism.
I wish I could benefit from it. Like, I hope when I reincarnated, I could come back like as a prime minister daughter or something.
But if you got it, work it. I don't give a about what kind of pride you have. If you have a possibility where you could get further in life through nepotism, use it.
Truthfully speaking, it sucks. But because of where we are in this country, it makes sense. Like, why really try when I got persons in places who could get me there?
I feel like that's the Bahamas in one word.
Yep.
But we just call it super resourceful.
Yep.
Not on the wrong people though.
I mean, yeah, but I mean like in terms of you capable of doing this job as well as somebody who have a degree or whatever, given the circumstances, it's very circumstantial. If you was a bright person, but you ain't ever really apply yourself in school or whatever, and you're really looking forward to making a difference for your life, and you could elevate yourself through nepotism and use your skills effectively, take it.
I think that in the Bahamas you can't really get very far without nepotism. The job I have right now came from a lecturer recommending me for one job that led to another job, and now I do what I do.
But some people do it in a sense like, hey, I'm doing this for me and for me only. Like, I don't care what you dealing with. You might be my sister, my brother, my mom, my whoever it is it may be. Like, I don't care. Like, I doing this for me. I don't care what you dealing with.
No, I understand the point you're trying to get. You talking about like if you get on this job through nepotism or whatever, right? And you abusing the fact that, my old man or my uncle or whatever own this company. And I can do whatever the
I mean, and you riding that
yeah,
hard.
no.
Like you ain't
give a you just go in, hey, Friday, I getting paid. I good, straight, I ain't give a no, don't do that. But if it's like
a lot of people do though.
Yep.
You shouldn't get a job just because you know somebody. That's the short.
I hate it, but I think that's what our culture is based off of. It works if it works for you. It sucks if it works against you, but it definitely exists.
If you think that you can operate in a country with less than 400,000 people without relying to some degree on nepotism, you're just fooling yourself, because you could be better than me and I could know more people than you and I'm gonna get the job.
How can I not hate it but not love it? Like, how can I
When it
hate?
benefits
I have
you,
a
you love
I have
it.
a love-hate relationship for it.
But then it's kind of difficult, like, because people think nepotism is, if this person is your cousin, then it's automatically nepotism. But like, it's the Bahamas. Everybody said with your cousin, you're most likely dating your cousin. Especially because nobody know who anybody granddaddy is.
family get you in a position where you could work this job in this position and
But a lot of people tend to, and
yeah, that's problematic.
8 out of 10 times, it turns negative because now people feel that they can do whatever they feel like doing because they are in that position, and they've been given that, I can say, authority to do what they feel like doing at that point now.
On top of that, motherfuckers don't even care if they have this position because it's like they ain't even properly trained in this field. They just took the job.
I hate that it's how our culture is set up, and I really wish that it would have been an aspect of you actually could put forth something and actually be selected off of the work that you do, rather than having to know that this is your brother, cousin, family, or someone that you know in this position, you know?
Maybe even as like the daughter of a sheik or something. Somebody with real power, a Rothschild or something like that, you know? Be stunting on your all day.
Y'all know what a refugee is? Let's talk about xenophobia.
We choose who we want to be.
It's subjective, and I feel like even though it does exist and it's something to be concerned about, I feel like Bahamians, they focus on the wrong things. Like, and that's
a problem, sir. It's a problem.
It is a problem, right? But let's say if it is a particular race that's coming over here and being dominant and making whatever moves they have to make to take over, right? I feel like Bahamians would focus on the obvious and miss out on what's really going on, right? So when they seeing deals getting signed, all they focusing on is the shark getting billed here and the shark getting billed here, when certain people with the squinted eyes, or certain people with a certain color, or buying something that we've gone to visit and we won't be able to visit anymore.
We are a very xenophobic nation. I am going to admit that I am a little bit xenophobic and working through that, yes. Because, you know, we all as Bahamians, we have had, you know, parents and grandparents that have instilled those xenophobic ideals and things inside of us or whatever, whether knowingly or unknowingly, but
It serves no purpose. Everybody is one.
Do you feel?
Whether we from different culture, huh?
Do you truthfully feel that way?
Yeah. If everybody on this planet together trying to survive. Now, if you have a positive outlook towards things, then it's no problem. But if you from a different culture, different race, or what's not, and you looking at yourself as being different, and you taking advantage of that, then we have a little issue with that.
In a perfect world, it wouldn't be a problem.
In a perfect world, it wouldn't be a problem. But at the end of the day, all of us is one, and we should look at each other as one. We all trying to make it in this world.
Should.
Somehow. We should. Yeah, we should.
I think they're very essential, if you ask me. And, you know, not just like as a pay them less to do the heavier load kind of sense, because we all know that's what people mainly hire Haitians for. You can give them nothing and they doing all this hard-ass labor. But it's like, outside of that, they're doing the jobs that we are too prideful to do. Somebody have to do these jobs. And if you really look deeply into it, as much as we may say Haitians are taking over the jobs, when you ask a lot of these owners why they hire Haitians and not Bahamians, simply because Bahamians' attitude is poor. We just don't want work. We feel as though the job is beneath us. So they hire the person who don't look at it from that standpoint.
Yeah, you would like to live in a perfect world where everybody look at each other as equals and we like to do these things together, but realistically that's not gonna happen.
It ain't.
It's not gonna happen. You got black Bahamians right now. If you don't fall in that financial spot with them, you will look down as
Dirt.
like nothing.
Like dirt.
I am strongly on the side of well, let me not say strongly, you know, because, you know, I have some of my peeps who would qualify as the people that you could be xenophobic against, right? But honestly, I just feel like it's a certain way of doing things.
If you think about it logically, it doesn't make sense. So here's the thing. I'll keep it brief.
I hate it. I think what I hate about it the most is that when they think of xenophobia and they think of illegal immigration, they only think of people that look like us. I think that illegal immigration or even xenophobia needs to cover a wide aspect of what that looks like, and that can look like blonde hair, blue eyes, that can look like black skin, that can also look like something that's not, I guess, what we're used to. But it's an ugly trait for such a small country that's considered a melting pot of people, things, and nationalities.
Here's what it is for me. I don't like it, and I don't like it for the simple fact that Bahamians do the same thing. Like, y'all go to Canada and America every day looking for a better opportunity. Like, the same thing is happening here. People are coming here looking for a better opportunity. So I don't think it should be a thing. Like I say, especially for Bahamians.
Rampant. It's a disease. And you can always spot those people that are xenophobic. If you don't like somebody just because they are not the same as you, you're a xenophobe. There's a big difference in not liking a person of a particular nationality for a reason, but you can't hate on them just because of where they're from or their circumstances.
And it can continue to happen until people just decide that it's time to make sense.
Yeah.
I don't think that can happen in our generation, to be honest. I'd like for it to, but we got way more to learn before that really, like, everybody just noticed, like, but y'all, what's the point of, like, hating each other over it?
Humans don't like other humans.
Why? Y'all live on the same planet.
Our high rate of breast cancer is connected to the fact that we have this irrational fear of outside people. You can only marry your cousins so many times before you have the repetition of certain genetic traits in your system coming back to bite you, in this case in the breast.
Okay, I mean, I agree, with what he's saying, and I feel like it is a problem. And I feel like we have selective xenophobia. And I feel like it's taught. It's taught. Nobody's born and comes out feeling some type of way towards one particular nationality. Y'all teach these children that by the comments that you make about certain people. Because like you said, nobody's just saying, oh, these damn Greeks. I've never heard it, ever. But we all just say, y'all know what about these damn y'all know who.
I just feel like it's a certain way of doing things, and y'all is be getting mad. And when I say y'all, the people who know me who's gonna watch this, y'all know what I talk about. Y'all just be getting mad at me when I have opinions about people just coming in and like taking advantage and like it just being f***ing allowed. When people who are like native to this place, they can't get what they're supposed to get, and these others who are coming in and just taking advantage in every way possible, and it's just being f***ing swept under the rug.
I love griot. And like I don't trust fully Bahamian people experimenting with that. So the people of the soil, I don't have a problem with them being here, and not just for cooking. Like I like Haitian culture. I like different cultures, I would say. Like, I know some people would probably say, oh, you anti-Bahamian, you full of foreigners. And they be crying and
Like, literally, like, we're a series of islands, right? It's only so many people in Auckland, bro. It's only so many people inside Maguana. It's only so many people in Crooked Island. It's only so many people on these islands. And even when those islands marry other people on other islands, like literally we are down to the last set. This is the final generation of people who may not be having sex with their cousins. After this set, everybody who is a Bahamian, who marry a Bahamian, that person is your cousin. Some way, somehow. They probably already are. Right? And people say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, if Stephen is a liar, do the blood test. Do the blood test and post it underneath the video. Right? To prove Stephen wrong, that you are not married to your cousin. I I implore you. So when you think about it like that, like this whole idea, like, oh, these people coming into the country, please, we need them.
I don't think that's okay. I genuinely don't think that's okay. And I think that is like one of the biggest problems in this country. And they always talking about we don't have money. If we would stop spending money on sending people back and like taking care of people who genuinely are not rightfully a part of the system as you know it should be, I feel like we would have so much more resources to take care of our own, you know. So I'm not anti-immigration. Pardon? Right, I'm not anti-immigration. I'm anti-illegal immigration. And like, I just feel like y'all should actually look at the bigger picture of what is really and truly going on here. Because you really can't go much places in the world and do what these people are doing here in this country every day.
Xenophobia is a big problem in Bahamian society. We like to act like we didn't all come from the same place anyway. And we also like to forget that big parts of our history and our culture are influenced by other countries. So there's really no room for xenophobia. But we like to say that certain groups, like we like to say that, you know, lighter skinned Bahamians, and I know my face isn't the right face to give this message, but we like to say that lighter skinned Bahamians have whatever opinion they may have of darker skinned Bahamians. But then we have our xenophobic views towards people who may come from other countries, and it's not fair.
Oh, we definitely are. I mean, but then again, too, we're such a small nation, like we should be in a way, because our culture is being depleted in so many ways. But then again, do we really know what our culture is? Interesting. And then, you know, right, we're being populated and crossbred and so many things, and you know, their cultures are becoming more prominent, and then we as a people, we forget what our culture is, so we're allowing people, I mean, we're doing it to ourselves.
And my thing is, you could come, you know, but come the right way. Come the right way. Because y'all can't necessarily do that to big sis next door. Y'all can't do that. Because y'all know they is find y'all and they is ship y'all the f*** out. And y'all don't kick up with them. So why the f*** y'all let's kick up with us? And why is we so inhumane for doing that? Anyway.
Or even your friends, the little jokes they make or whatever, you know, it's all been consciously or unconsciously instilled in us. So you gotta recognize it, be self-aware, work through it, and realize that, you know, you gotta start stepping away from that. We're in a different world now.
There was a point in time where, when I was a kid, it was a bunch of people being born with the fingers fused together, the wrong number of fingers. That was a very common thing when I was young, because sometimes people used to get married to their cousins, and you didn't find out until it was too late. All right? I do not have a problem with, and this is why we must ask ourselves the question, what is a Bahamian? Because if a Bahamian is only a Bahamian because they've been here forever, then it's only 5 Bahamians, and all of us are their descendants, and we really should stop looking at each other naked.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna explain. We're talking about expat adoration.
Bahamians, admittedly, as much as we rage against xenophobia and we rage against this person gets better treatment than me, the minute someone walks in as an expat, we love to treat them so much better than we treat our own people.
Oh, making these expats feel like, oh my gosh, y'all are like the new shiny toy, like, you know, like, you know, gold, and we've never seen it before. You're just a regular human being coming to do the same job that I have already been doing that I have not been compensated for, and I have to train you now to do. Okay.
I think the whole you and I Bahamian is going to come into play again. Because because look, my auntie always used to say this: there's nothing worse than a nigga who ain't used to money and power. And I never understood that until I started working in particular. And every day when I look at our people, not everyone, not everyone, but the majority of them who are like supervisors and managers, there's nothing worse than a nigga who ain't used to money and power.
Again, if your skin tone, if you don't have the right tone, if you don't have the right skin tone, if you don't have the right voice, if you ain't walking a certain way,
You ain't getting nothing.
you ain't getting nothing done. Ralph could be where me and Ralph could walk out the same building, the same house, the same car, the same club. If I walk out the way that I'm dressed and Ralph walks out in a two-piece suit with his hair cut short, no locks, Ralph will be served before me. Ralph will be served before me because he is dressed apart. Don't let him sound the part over the phone. And then, when you show up in person, you
Yeah, when you show up in person.
over the phone, you get service right away.
You mean how the Bahamians love the white people? Yes, massa, no massa. Can I clean your Albany condo, massa? Yeah, big thing. Big thing. Everybody believes foreign is better. I mean, we all want to make money, so I get it if you're bongy clapping buying somebody for a couple of dollars, do what you gotta do. But we need to rid ourselves of the mentality that just because it is foreign, it is better. Because if they can do it, then why can't we? If they can be that, why can't we be that?
I feel like it's a revolving door. I feel like hear me out now. I feel like they're bringing in expats because persons or what they believe to be certified aren't available, and I feel like because they've been doing it for so long, persons don't want to come back when they get certified. They feel like they have a better chance abroad. So now it's like a never-ending cycle.
That's not always true though.
Ultimately, you may look at it or see it as, but these people putting in place the persons who they could trust. They come here and they bill in their mega yeah, it's sad. And they don't trust us. And why they don't trust us? Because we show them we can't be trusted. Because I sure they be in their little offices with the things spread all across the table, laughing at, look at them, fighting for this little bit of money. Look at that. Look at that. That's what they doing. Oh, we all know they speak up. Like, come on.
Oh, y'all love these white niggas around here. Y'all love these white niggas, and white niggas from the States y'all love even more. My God, it's sickening. Y'all love up massa. That's why Bahamians can never be free from the chains of slavery for true,
Well, in regards to whether or not an expat is paid differently from a localized Bahamian is due to the fact that, truthfully, they appeal more to the general public versus a typical Bahamian. And don't get me wrong, that is due solely to the fact that the way that they carry themselves, the way that they dress, the way that they speak, their inflections of their voice, which might be something that you notice that I'm actually inflicting in my own speech as I code switch. But truthfully, in the matter of whether or not expats get paid or treated differently in the Bahamas is due solely to the fact that we still have this, for lack of better terms, slave mentality.
Y'all love massa way too much, and y'all love massa ideals. Colorism, fat phobia, all of that come from massa, and y'all will never let that go for the life of me.
Y'all love to eat expat. Like, y'all love it. Like, seriously. Like, you ever, like, some companies, like, Bahamians could have the very same qualifications as these people, but just because they're an expat or they're from out of the country, it makes them, like, overly fucking qualified, like the shining trophy for this and they come in over here and they ain't doing nothing special.
That's not for lack of.
Yeah, my nigga, but look, I talking.
I
get what you're saying, right? But I still speaking in terms of trying to.
I completely understand and I agree with you, but that is not for lack of. That is exactly what it is.
Whether it is what it is, when you code switching, you can't speak directly saying that, oh, that's the problem what it is. Because regardless whether it may be true or not, these people don't look at us.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But I'm in the general consensus of things.
It is not
if you wanna be honest about it, the reason why we are the way we are right now, because again, going from if you looking at it in a sense of hospitality and tourism, the Bahamas is not for Bahamians.
It's not. 100% it's not.
The Bahamas was not built for Bahamians. We were
maintained
not
for Bahamians.
meant to enjoy our fruits.
Y'all will never let massa go. Y'all will find an excuse for anything a white person do, or anything a capitalist do, anything a racist do. Y'all will find an excuse for anything. Let that be one of y'all. Let that be a hard-foot regular Negro. Oh no, y'all want to crucify them. Y'all want to cancel them.
And y'all need to stop that. And that's how Bahamians, y'all so frenzy. You know what I mean? Like, y'all really frenzy. And y'all need to stop that. It ain't a good look. Like, at all. Like, we have so many people here. And, like, that's why a lot of people don't truly believe that there could be success here in this country, because y'all don't even value the people who are here. So they're looking outside to be expats because they see the treatment expats can get. So I don't even blame them for saying y'all and saying, oh, you know, there's really no future here, because y'all aren't even creating a future for them.
Literally, you will have people here like got the qualifications, got the degrees, got the experience.
But that's other than.
And when they ask for their salary, they don't want paid. But let them find somebody resume and email from goddamn Switzerland who, same thing, asking more money, and you gotta pay to bring them here. Pay for all the licenses and applications and everything, but you know, you ain't got a problem with that. Because y'all ain't gonna get to the Bahamians.
It's sad, but that's a Bahamian thing. That's been around for generations. You know?
But you know what's crazy too? You know what's crazy too? A lot of Bahamians just get paid to go abroad. Mm-hmm. So we ain't appreciated here, but we can be appreciated somewhere. I ain't waiting for the people to call me too.
And for our final side quest of the season, Season 1 cast unpacks immigration.
Real niggas are concerned about immigration. Some of them boys just hit my gal car the other day and we still ain't get sorted yet, bro. These niggas ride around with no... Listen to me! These niggas ride around with no license, no nothing. They just riding on fucking gas. I said, hope and a prayer.
Y'all like having a problem with Haitian people, but like y'all is put on the biggest sweatshirt when y'all 6 or 7 months pregnant. Y'all is pass through U.S. customs and go to the U.S. and have your baby, don't pay the bill and then come home. Be for real.
Let me say on the record, Nick Bain is a dick. He has good intentions, very good intentions. I see his point in the way I go about it. In the words of Kendrick Lamar, Nick Bain is not your savior.
I would say he had a good idea. He executed it completely wrong. I don't have a problem with
people from other countries coming to our country the right way. Once you do what you're supposed to do, the right way.
But sometimes that they're not always afforded the opportunity to
Yeah,
come
but the
right
Bahamas
way.
is
when
also
you're fleeing
the
war
Bahamas is
and natural
also
disaster.
yes, that's fine.
When
we are
it's
also we are also not a safe haven country.
Immigration is a hot spot right now, and every single person under the sound of my voice has a Haitian cousin, has a half Haitian brother, half Haitian family member. Y'all really don't give a that much. Lincoln Bain told y'all to give a and that's why y'all give a. The Haitians are our brothers. They're our sisters. They're here. They should come in legally. 100%. But for those that are here and that are here legally, I support them. I applaud them.
Yeah, but still.
Two things can be true.
Two things can be true. So, like I say, it's like a lot of people have a lot of points that are correct.
But do you recognize your privilege in that you can say, do it the right way? Do you recognize your privilege
I know
in
I'm
that?
privileged.
Okay. I just was asking.
Right.
Mm-hmm. There's
Because
privilege in that statement.
there is privilege in that statement.
Called for people to do something the right.
But no disrespect to like I'd say our allies and our brothers from another nation or whatever. But bro, Nassau full, boy. I can't say it no other way than this. Nassau full. If you keep coming here, think about it like this, right? If you keep coming here, cause you're running from where you from, what you think could happen to our nation? Our nation could be like, yo alone, bro.
But you can't go like people just do it. Bahamians do it all the time. They go to other people's country, they don't do it the right way.
They just go by plane in a $1 million airport on a plane.
On a one-way ticket or on a two-way ticket.
But you have
and
people
then don't come back.
that could only get here by being in a old boat with dozens of other people.
I understand what you're saying.
So understand that part.
I do.
There's privilege even in the way that we illegally immigrate.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm saying is that if the other countries put out an order to say, boy, don't let no Bahamians come here. There's a process that you have to go through. I don't care how you come here. If you come here and you ain't leave by this date, your ass is grass. What you think the Bahamians can do?
Same thing. They go on the boat.
You come in here, you're taking all the money, you're taking all the resources. I understand, you send it back home. Or you come in here with all your family and you're crowding up the fucking clinic. And you're making it hard for us to get served. If you pile up in Nassau, we can sink. We didn't sinking now. All our family islanders coming here because there ain't no jobs on the island. Like, come on, bro, we don't have no space. Nassau full. Real niggas concerned about immigration, and immigration need to be concerned but us. Because we fucking full and they ain't shipping nobody fucking out.
I can't imagine going through what they went through in Haiti. I can't imagine. See, the thing Bahamians miss out on, and this is part of Bahamian privilege. Here's what Bahamian privilege is. Y'all don't know what it is to build a raft out of collect boxes and then put a sail on it made out of shirts to then sail your miles away from the country you love to a country that does not accept you to maybe get on the mainland to cut grass and weed your yard. That's hard. That's not easy. So all y'all looking down on them, we are one hurricane away from y'all having to get y'all goddamn f***ing Target shirts, build a raft, and float all the way to Miami. I can't judge them, neither can you.
There are countless reasons why we think the way we do. And everyone has their own personal bias. And I'm not saying that should change. I'm asking people to just look at all the facts laid out and understand what nuance means. That as much as we want to protect this precious country of ours from outsiders, we really need to ask ourselves, what are we doing to protect it from ourselves? Because sometimes the call is coming from inside the house. Love, the Gapseed Room.